Welcome to Demon Trades, Trading Basics video for candlesticks. Okay, so what is a candlestick? Well, a candlestick really represents the price movement of a certain stock or security over a selected amount of time. That amount of time can be anything from a tenth of a second, a minute, 5 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, and even a month. Okay, so what does a candlestick mean to each type of trader? Well, for a position trader, they'll be looking at months, weeks, and maybe days. Okay, they're not going to be worried about what it's doing on a day-to-day basis or in between days. Okay, what about a swing trader? Well, a swing trader would probably look at its daily and weekly candlesticks and maybe the odd hour, depending on how serious a swing trader you are and how much time you have devoted to that. Day traders, obviously, they will be looking at 1 minute candles, 3 minute candles, 5 minute candles, and they'll probably look at day candles for their setup for the day for a certain stock or security that they want to trade. But during their trading time, they're going to be looking at, minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, so the candlestick itself. You can go on to any broker and you can select the candlestick option for the viewing of a stock price movement. And when you see the candlestick, it will have a fat part and a skinny part. So the fat part is known as the body, and that's a representation of where the stock price was at the beginning of that selected time to where it finished at the end of that selected time. And then there will be two thin bits, or maybe sometimes just one thin bit, but the thin bit is known as either the wick or the tail of the candle. And that reflects the price movement of that stock during that time. So the thin bit represents everywhere that stock price has been in terms of price, and the fat bit represents the start and the stop. Now, if that candle is green or white, that means that the price has gone up. So the bottom of the body will be the stock price at the beginning of that time, and the top of that body will be the price of the stock at the end of that time. And vice versa for red or black, however you've got your charts set up working. So if it's red or black, that would be a bearish candle. And if it was white or green, that would be a bullish candle. Now, the most important thing to realize when you're looking at these candlesticks, they really represent one thing and one thing only. They represent the fight between the bears and the bulls. Okay, so the bulls are the ones fighting to push the stock up, and the bears are the ones fighting to push it down. So if the candle is small in green or red, the bulls are slightly winning at that moment in time, that battle, or the bears are slightly winning at that moment in that battle. Okay, if it's a very big candle, then it means that either the bulls or the bears are taking complete control of this stock. Okay, but only for that moment of time. And I'll go in and explain to you how these candles can reflect future movements in that stock, along with some other indicators that you can put onto your chart setup. But that's what you have to remember, is when you're looking at it, if the overall of those candlesticks is going up, the bulls are winning the fight. If the overall outcome of the candles are going down, the bears are winning that fight. And that's what we're working out. We're trying to work out when we're trading, whether it's, day trading, swing trading, or even if you're position trading, you are still trying to work out who's winning this fight. What side should I be betting on? Who's winning the fight? The bears or the bulls? It can change at any moment, but up until everything that you've seen before along your selected time period, who's winning? That's really important to remember, and that's what the candlestick represents. Okay, so types of candlesticks. Now, I've wanted to keep these videos nice and short and nice and punctual so that everyone stays interested in the content and they get a good grasp of everything. Now, there are a ridiculous amount of candlestick types, and I'm not going to name them all because they take forever, and they're not overly important. You could call them anything as long as you know, once you start watching stock prices move and you're looking at the right stocks, You can name them whatever you want, but you're going to know, well, this candlestick means this, and this candlestick means so that means that, okay? There are loads. You can buy a book, you can watch a video if you're obsessed with it and you want to know what every candle is. By all means, go and find a video, but I don't want to waste anyone's time going through the endless list of candlesticks. For me, there are very few candlesticks that work in terms of trading strategies. The few that do, I will tell you about, but for me, it's never really been an individual type of candlestick or a candlestick next to the next one that's really made me go like, okay, that candlestick is a good reason to invest in that stock. Never ever have I thought like that. Okay, it gives me an indication, but it's not something that's going to be defining my reason to trade. Okay, but there are a few that are very good in some of the setups, and that would be the hammer and the doji candle. Okay, so do research them. Spinning top candle, you could also say, but they also have to be in with other data and in a line of corresponding candlesticks that confirm that that's the right thing to do. Okay, also an indecision candle is one I do look for often, but other than that, out of the endless list of candles, there's nothing else that I would worry about, especially if you're new to this. Don't fill yourself with plenty of knowledge about stuff that you really don't need to know about. It will just complicate things. It will make it so hard. You know, it would be like turning up to your first day for work and then throwing you in the deep end in a new industry that you never learned, and you need to know all this stuff, when in fact you don't, because you're only responsible for a small part of what's going on in that company. So don't over worry yourself about candlesticks. Like I said, if you want to research it, by all means research it. I don't think that you'll gain much from it, but that's for you to decide, not me. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up candlesticks, okay? The main thing to remember is it just shows the battle. It shows the battle between the bears and the bulls to try and look for the trend. Is it trending up, or is it trending down, or is it just trending sideways? That's all you're using the candles to work out, okay? Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much. Please hit the like button and subscribe.